Hey, everybody, excuse us for being late, but this is Marriage to Third Ring. And this is Charles.
And I'm Latia.
And thank you guys for joining our live. And thank you, Ashley, for liking the video. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're doing some interesting things around here. You see, we got a new setup, and we're kind of working on that. But again, thanks for joining. We appreciate it. And we have a few things we're going to talk about today.
Yes. So, like he said, we appreciate you all. I know it's 8 o'clock, so hopefully, invite people. If not, catch the replay. I know it's dinner time, getting kids in the bed and things like that. So, go ahead, Tricky.
Okay. Well, all right. It's on me. Well, first things first, we want to go ahead and get this out the way. You guys do know that we have a marriage cruise coming up. Our ICU marriage cruise. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Yeah, there we go. So there's an ICU marriage cruise that is taking place December 15th through the 18th. That is going to be cruising to Bimini, Bahamas. That's say that right?
Or Bimini. Some people call it Bimini.
Bimini. Okay, so we're cruising to Bimini, Bahamas. It's a 4-day cruise out of Orlando. We're going to have a day at sea. During this cruise, it's not just, you come on the cruise and have a party. We are going to be giving some information, some things of substance that are actually going to enrich your marriage, enrich your life, hopefully. So we're going to have, this is a couples cruise only, engaged or married couples, married couples only, couples social mixer. We're going to be giving away souvenir T-shirts, and it's also going to have excursions. Any cruise you go on, they usually have excursions, but the excursion is going to be at your cost. So if you want to go ahead and do any of the excursions, you can certainly go do that. I know they have things like horseback riding. I'm not getting on a horse, but hey, if you want to get on a horse, feel free, have at. We will cheer you on from the shoreline. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're expecting really good turnout. So if you are or have not gotten your tickets, go ahead and do that right now. Tickets are available on MT3R.net. So that, yes, she's right. Absolutely right. Need some coffee? So tickets so it's $100 deposit. The deposit is due by the 20th of January. The only reason why we're doing that the deposit is due by then, is simply because that's what Carnival wants us to do. So we don't want to go ahead and pay for the cabins and you decide not to go. We want to make sure that you have your cabin locked in. So January 20th, $100 deposit. Make sure you have that done. If you have any other questions about that, definitely message Marriage to Third Ring or message Latia or myself. We'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
And I'll piggyback. So like he said, and we talked about this probably a week ago, but just to refresh. So if you ever been to any of our events, you truly get what you pay for and above and beyond. Our goal is to make sure you get tools and nuggets to help strengthen your marriage and help your marriage thrive. I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta get some tea. Help y'all's marriage thrive. So that's our goal with any event that we have. So, and the cruise won't be any different. The only additional thing that you get is you actually get to go to another island. You do not need your passport to cruise. So that's another thing I'm going to let you know. You do not need your passport for this cruise. You'll just need your birth certificate and your ID if you don't have your passport, or you can have your passport because you have plenty of time to obtain it. The only thing that you have to pay right now in January is that $100. And one thing about it is that just lets us know that you're serious about going. Yes, this thing is not until December. It lets us know that you're serious about going. It locks in the price and it locks in the cabin. And there's only 10 cabins left. Okay. And I posted that the other day. There's only 10 left. So once you lock in your cabin after the 20th, I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to get any more cabins. I can try my best, but my goal is please, please, please try to lock it in by January 20th. If you are having problems with that for any reason, please reach out to us so I can see if there's anything I can do. If you want to sponsor somebody for a cruise, there's links that you can sponsor. If you know a couple or if you've been married before, you feel like, okay, we don't want to go, we don't like the cruise because it's too much water to drink on the ocean, but we want to be able to support another young couple or older couple that might can use some of these nuggets. Like literally, even in the intro, there was a lot of art. He used all of our events that he actually intro with. So trust me, you will have connection time with your spouse. You will have that one-on-one time with your spouse, and you will have you'll make connections of other married couples. So when I tell you, we go to other events that we don't even host just because of the nuggets that we like to get and bring back because of the other married couples that we meet. Like it's good to know that you're not in this thing alone. It's good to have a great community of people that's gonna give you that solid advice. And I'd be like, oh girl, I would have left him a long time ago. Oh dude, you should have been gone. Like, why you ain't running? Like, it's good to have that and to know that you're not in it. So trust me, chime in if you know, but trust and believe you're gonna get above and beyond what you're gonna expect if you with that. So like he said, you'll have your time. You'll have your time on the island because when the boat is docked, the boat is docked.
And we ain't messing with y'all.
You'll have so when you pay for your cruise, you get the whole cruise experience and then some. So you'll have your time on the island. You'll have your free food. Food is included. And you'll have your couples time in your cabin. So that's the biggest thing. After January, and we did out there, you can watch our last one. It breaks down. I think the next one is not even due until March, I believe, the next payment. So trust and believe it's worth it. It's really worth it.
And especially if you kind of with vacations, when you're taking couples vacations, the earlier you get in, kind of the more sooner you secure your spot, the more time that you have to kind of make sure that you pay the thing up. So it's definitely going to be a good time, and we cannot wait to see you there.
Any questions, put them in the chat, and now by the time we get to the end of this, we'll answer. Because actually there's some topics that we're going to discuss today. So first, hi everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing New Year. So happy New Year. And I hope you had an amazing Christmas. And but yeah, so there's some topics that we're going to discuss. Go ahead, Charles. What's the topics?
Okay. So the first, I don't know if you guys seen the fly. I don't have it loaded up in this video. But the first topic is self-care. I know a lot of marriages, people tend to have issues with, losing their identity in their marriage, or, they're all concerned about the kids. They're not really taking care of themselves. Happy New Year, Elder Rhonda. Thank you so much. And thank you, Shay. I don't want to skip you because I see you tagging away. So thank you, Shay. Appreciate that. But, people, you'll see couples where they're more focused on the kids than themselves. Yes, Sonisha, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm sorry, I don't want to skip nobody. But couples tend to take care of their kids, or they tend to take care of the house or the bills, finances, and they kind of skip out on taking care of themselves. So self-care is one of the first things we want to talk about today. So in your marriage, like, how do you take care of yourself? And it's not being selfish. Let's get that out the way first. Self-care is not selfish.
I taught him that.
Self-care is not selfish. It's okay to take care of yourself. Don't neglect everybody else or anything else, but make sure that you yourself are taken care of. So how does one take care of themselves?
Yes. Because I was. That's always a hard thing. And yes, please answer that too, because we want feedback. And I think next time I'm gonna let the couples know early, and so they can come in and talk to y'all. I didn't want to call people at the last minute; they have to come on their bonnets and stuff. But special guests.
Yeah, we'll have some special guests for you.
But one thing it was told to me is you have to put on your own oxygen mask. There's a reason on the plane that you have to put on your own oxygen mask first. Because if not, yes, my husband there or my babies are sitting next to me. Oh, I'm trying to get their oxygen mask on, but now you're suffocating, and then they good, but now you're over here passed out because you didn't apply yours first. So that's why that is like when you think of self-care, think of that. Think of that oxygen mask and think of the scenario, because if you're losing air, you can't help anybody else. So that's what, when you think of self-care, think about that. It's a reason they tell you. I know we hate to watch that little flight attendant when she's doing the little strings and stuff.
Honestly,
but
I'm never really watching.
But it is a reason that they want us to know to put on our own oxygen mask first.
And oftentimes, though, in that same vein, in the whole oxygen mask scenario, you're helping somebody who can't help you. So if you go and put somebody else's oxygen mask on first, are they really going to be able to help you in that same instance where, you know, you're choking or you're out of oxygen, and you know they're happy and they're good, they're sitting in the seat. They may notice you, but do they really even have the capacity to help you? So first things first, self-care is important, and then help somebody else out. But in self-care, in relationships, in marriage specifically, you know, how does one care for themselves without, you know, neglecting their partner? Well, for one, you know, you want to make sure that you are in a healthy mental space. And I did have notes. I left my notes elsewhere. But you want to make sure that you are yourself and are in a healthy mental space.
How do you? So I got a question for you. What does that mean, though? Like, what does being in a healthy mental space mean for you?
For me, it is mean that you're able to communicate your emotions. So it's also being emotionally healthy, but that you're able to communicate your emotions and your thinking effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to get your point across. You know, if you have any kind of emotional or mental trauma, that you're seeking counseling or you're seeking a professional that can help you work through some of those things. Also, that you have a strong circle that you can kind of work things out with.
But you know, it's been shown that most men don't talk about their feelings. It's like it could be like not macho, or it could be, you know, not masculine to really be like, this is my feelings and this is what I'm feeling.
So I mean, yeah, we as men, we got big shells. And I know I said it exactly what I meant it. We have big shells though. I think a lot of that is a lot of mental rearing as children that you're kind of taught to not let people know what you're feeling because, oh, that's soft or whatever. But it's healthy as an adult, even as children, you know, to express how you're feeling. Specifically, if we're talking about males, it's healthy to express your feelings and emotions because you don't want to wait till it's too late or you're ready to blow up on somebody. You know, if you have, you know, some things that you're working with mentally. So it's definitely important to talk to somebody, even though it is hard and I guess it is more difficult as a man to talk to somebody if you're feeling some kind of way about something, because you don't want that to demasculate you any kind of way. So it's important still. I think it's better to be demasculated or have people. I don't care what people say, but I guess it's better for people to look at you that way than to be on the edge of a mental breakdown.
Okay.
So you kind of have to outweigh, you know, what's worse. Would you want people to say, "Oh, he's soft because he's crying in the corner," or because he's going to a therapist, or would you rather be mentally healthy and able to communicate your emotions and your thinking effectively?
Okay.
So, how as a woman would you self-care? You see, you got the Lachey Marie. So
I do have my Lachey Marie. I'm loving the skin you're in. Women, and it's hard because the thing is, self-care is different for everybody. I would like to say. You know, I wrote the book Becoming Unapologetically You.
You did write the book.
But self-care is different for everybody because for me, self-care is for some people getting their nails done, which mine ain't doing right now, but getting their nails done and hair done. But for me, I feel like it's another chore. I mean, I do it because, hey, we want to always look presentable, but I just feel like it's something else on my to-do list. So for me, I like massages, or even just taking time to prioritize me. So it might be a time that I might want to, I'll say I work a lot. I'll put it that way. I work a lot. And instead of me picking up an assignment or something like that, I might have to say no and just lay in the bed for that day. So I think that goes with your mental, because it's also taking that mental break for yourself, slowing down and listening to your body. So I say know yourself first, because in any marriage, and I hope you knew yourself before you get, but if not, know who you are, know what your body needs, and know what you want to feel. So for you, you might want to just lay down for the day and not do anything. And that might be your self-care. Some people might drive them crazy. Your self-care might be going to walk around the park, going. But basic self-care, though, is taking care of yourself, eating right, exercising, and getting sleep, men and women, because we are parents, we work, husbands and wives. Proper rest. I can tell when I'm well. I'm irritable. I'm aggy and all that stuff. I get on my own nerves. So I can tell when I haven't slept. Every little thing is bothering me. You're emotional because your body hasn't rested. So I can tell when those times is that I'm tired.
So she brought up a really good point about listening to your body. Like everybody's had a car where the check engine light came on at one point. But before it got to that point, the car was giving you signals like, hey, there's something wrong. You may have heard something, felt something, but listening to your body and seeing and feeling what your body needs. So if you know that you're tired, there's no running around with your friends or whatever all day long, especially if you done had a long night at work or whatever. So it's important to make sure that you listen to your body. Drinking lots of water, drinking lots of fluid. I mean, everybody can see that I've lost some weight, but drinking fluids is important. So you definitely want to make sure that you're drinking the right things that your body actually needs.
That's good.
So yeah, any questions on that? We don't want to just talk to y'all. I mean, we will talk to y'all for I don't know, 45 minutes, however long we're going to be on here. How long is the line right now? I ain't really sure. But no, if you have any questions or you guys want to say something, comment, go ahead and do that below. Like I said, we'll do our best to respond and answer your questions. But if there's no comments on that, so the next topic is going to be prioritizing time together. You want to say something about that?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. So she's making. If y'all can't tell, she's usually the talker, and I'm usually the quiet one. She's determined to make me talk today. So there it is. Anyways, prioritizing time together. So usually when I get home, and I've been really good or trying to be better at this lately. So you want to make sure that you are conscious of what your spouse is doing and making sure that you're spending time with them. Lately, though, usually when I get home, I'm usually on the computer working on another project or doing something else. Like yesterday, 2 days ago, I was doing some updates to the Marriage to Ring website and crashed the whole thing. It was not good, but got it back up. But in the same time, I was still conscious of, hey, what are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need anything? I mean, she was, verbal about calling me upstairs when she wanted something, even if I'm in the middle of doing something, but taking the time to prioritize what your spouse needs, even when you're in the middle of something, means something. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. So prioritizing what they need, being attentive to their needs, even if you're busy in the middle of doing something. I think that only goes to improve your relationship. And a lot of times we get lost in what we're doing. And it's easy to do, and I know I do it, especially if I'm making something on Photoshop or I'm playing a game on the computer, which I do from time to time. It's easy to just get lost in what you're doing. But while you're in the middle of what you're doing, don't leave your spouse with you. And I think that is why a lot of marriages tend to fall apart because spouses are taking vacations without each other, going off and kind of doing different things without their spouse. If I'm going out, I want my wife next to me. Why wouldn't I? I mean, there's no reason why, I can't go somewhere and she can't go with me. Like I'm supposed to go on a trip in a couple of weeks, and first thing I did is say, hey, you want to go? Like, why would I want to go out of town without her? No, I mean, I knew it was tight. Let me, no,
Well, it's
I knew
okay.
it was tight, but
He knows I have another obligation, but okay.
I knew it was tight, but I wanted to make sure that I cared about her presence. So even if I knew she couldn't go, I want to make sure she knew I wanted her.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring us back to topic just a little bit, because the topic that was prioritizing time together. So one thing I want to say about that is date nights. Date nights are a big thing. COVID probably cut down a lot of outside date nights. And a lot of times it was hard to get back into the habit. And hey, numbers are still high. But that we had things, and even on our website, date boxes, anniversary boxes, game nights in the house. So putting those on your calendar. So I know he used the example of stopping what he was doing or something, or me stopping what I'm doing to come see what they want. But the time togetherness may be just watching this movie together, playing Monopoly, or Uno or something like that together. And it's good to do with the family as well. And even if you do bring the kids into it, it's still good because it's still family time. But think of some things that you all can do just yourself. Cook a meal together, things like that. So prioritizing date night and things like that. So try to put on your schedule. It does not have to cost a lot. We know we are in a time where everything is going up but paychecks sometimes. But especially eggs. Y'all bought eggs lately? So y'all might have
I told him we ain't bought another pack of eggs in this house.
But I bought some yesterday. But yeah, so prioritize time together. There's so many things you can do. Draw a picture together. Like you draw one half, they draw the other half, and you bring it together and see if y'all make a whole picture. There is so many things that you can do. I would draw a picture. Yes. But
look, we're gonna draw a picture.
But just making those things. One thing I do want to challenge our couples on, and I said the end of this month we're going to do another live, and I want pictures so I can show. I want to, and you'll want something. I got to think of what it is, but I want you all to make a vision board. I feel like in January I want the couples to make a vision board. So I'm challenging those couples that will. We will put out maybe the supplies you would need. Make a one board that comes together to show your life, that what you vision for your marriage for this year.
Y'all know another project for a fly.
But yeah, so that's something. But that right there will be spending together. So just prioritize it. But one thing you might have to do is put it on your calendar. Like I said, life is life, and life is coming whether we like it or not, and it hits us. So you will have to, and it's okay. Because I used to be like, no, it's not spontaneous. Spontaneous is good too, but sometimes we can't do spontaneous, everybody. So still do intentional about it and put it on your calendar.
So that's a good idea though. Shay, yes, it is a very good idea. So I think in that, you can kind of, if you don't know each other's goals, needs, wants, whatever, for whatever, however many years in the future. I mean, if you're doing a visual party board just for the year or whatever, that you guys hopefully know what you want to do together in the year. But if not,
talk about
this will be.
It's okay.
Yeah, definitely. This will be a point to kind of talk about those things, and it'll give you a good idea of how you guys want to move forward together in the marriage and relationship.
Yeah, I mean, if you really feeling like crafty about it and you want to expand your thoughts, like this is me in 5, just something, just have those goals together. Because guess what? If you're having goals together, it's easier to stay together because you're both working towards common goals.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, make goals together. So don't just limit to this year, make them for 5 years down the line. And we know things will change, but at least you have something that you're working towards and you're on one accord.
Go ahead. No, I'm trying to find the other one.
Okay. So I'm done. So that's the prioritizing time together. Now, this was a tricky one right here. And I ain't trying to give too much away because I had some other stuff going on when I was thinking about this when Charles wrote this topic down. It was understanding the silent conversations. Or was that it?
Yeah, understanding the silent conversations.
Hold on. I don't know who's still on here because I really can't even see how many people on here. But I want to know, what does a silent conversation mean to you? And even if you're watching the playback, just let us know. Just what does that silent conversation mean to you? So because I mean, I didn't know we were at a different one a little bit. So what's your silent conversation? Because I'm telling y'all, everything got to make sense to me. So what's your silent conversation?
So I think silent conversations are the unsaid things,
Ooh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I want to go back and revisit the topic before we come back, because as my husband was talking. So if we're going to talk about self-care, there is nothing wrong with you going out with your girlfriends, or taking a girl's trip, or a guy going out with his guy friends, or taking a guy's trip. So don't think that we both do it. Like we go, not a lot because hey, everybody got a lot of money, but but there's times that it's okay to do that as well, because that might be the time that you need to talk to your buddies in your circle, like you talked about with the self-care, or talk to your girls in a circle. So
FYI, I saw the side eye she gave me.
No, I was trying to process it, because because couples will think that, and we have been doing this for a minute, and we've had couples, I don't need nobody else. I got my husband. That's my only friend I need. You need to talk to somebody else. You need somebody that you can trust with yourself and that can understand you. So you need somebody else that you can bounce off of, because you will drive each other crazy sometimes, or if you just hold it in. So it's okay. And don't think that we're saying don't do girl trips, don't go out with your friends, don't do guy trips. But my thing is, you need to be now, hey, there's some trust issues there. That's something else we need to talk about. See us for marriage coaching.
Y'all see the logo, marriage coaching.
Yeah, we have to talk about that side. But I just had to revisit that because it was in the back of my head. But I just wanted to make sure we were clear with that.
That's good. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Clear the air. Okay. Because I was definitely not saying that you can't go out with your friends.
Okay.
No.
And you can go out with your friends too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't go too far without me.
But yeah, so that's fine. So so I just want to revisit that. Okay, so
I can't go to the bar without.
Now we'll circle back around to the silent conversations.
So the silent conversations, I really took that as if the unsaid things in the house, like she calls them the marriage mosquitoes, the little things that either they go said or unsaid that really aggravate each other. So I know, she knows for a fact that I like my side of the bed. That's my side of the bed. But she likes my side of the bed too, even if I'm not in it. So why do I have to, have that conversation about, hey, move your stuff off my side of the bed? That's just a simple petty little thing.
You say move your stuff? That would be very not nice.
I don't say move.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
But no, you know what I mean? The simple little things that go unsaid in marriage that, tend to really break down. It's the little foxes that are short to find. The Bible says that. So you want to make sure that even if it's an unsaid conversation, that this is something that you understand about each other. So if you're mad about something, you want to make sure that you're having that conversation, or make sure this is something that you talk about, have spoken to each other before about. You get what I'm saying? I'm listening.
I'm listening, y'all.
I ain't got no help over
I'm
here.
Processing. I'm processing. Go ahead.
She does like my side of the bed. Thank you. No, one of the kids is not here. But no, understanding so it's knowing her without her having to say it. So if I know she needs help with something, I shouldn't have to wait for her to say, hey, can you help me with something? No, she is the woman, the wife, the weaker vessel.
The what?
That is, it's biblical. It's biblical. You're the weaker vessel.
Complete your thought. Go ahead.
That I should going to go get gas for you. I don't do that all the time, but what happened the other day? We went to the gas station. What happened? So she ended up parking at a gas pump that was not working. So we were two different cars. She actually met me at my job.
Stay on topic. Okay.
No, this was on topic.
Okay.
For real. So she met me at the job. We went to the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
I paid for my gas, and I was about to go pay for hers. The clerk was like, "No, that pump that she's parked at doesn't work." Told her, she said, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move my car." Well, she was in line buying something else.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
What?
No.
She was in line buying something else. So while she was in line, I went ahead and moved her car. Came back in the gas station to go pay for the gas. And she was like, I need to move my car. I was like, no, I already took care of that for you. So it's understanding, like, why would I have to wait for her to move her car when I'm capable of doing it?
Okay, that's good. That's good. You started a little rocky, though, because the first part with the whole bed thing, yes, I am on your side of the bed all the time. I know he don't like you. It's fine. But those things now, but early on, the thing is, you don't ever expect nobody to play Blue's Clues either.
Right, yeah. It was not Blue's Clues, but it's understanding someone's needs before they actually get the chance to say, hey, I need this.
Okay, so that's not, but not understanding what's irritating someone without them opening their mouth to speak.
I've opened my mouth.
No, I'm asking.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, so this is the thing, because I'm big on communication. I'm very big on communication. So if you do something to me, I'm gonna tell you. If anybody knows me, if you do something to me, I'm gonna tell you. If I don't like something, I'm gonna let you know nicely, though. So my thing is, though, in marriage, though, if something is bothering, then you need to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, don't say something.
Yeah, that's off topic. You definitely need to talk about it.
Yes, you have to say something. Now the bed, I just feel like he never learned how to share when he was a kid. But but no, but the silent conversations, he came around to the right part, which was the things, the unspoken things, or
you had the right part. Okay.
Or when you might, for instance, I might be quiet, and sometimes, I'm a talker, and when I'm mad, I don't, because I know my husband after 20 years, I don't fuss when I'm mad, like yell or anything like that, because he would never hear me. He would shut down. And I know that about him. I learned it. I had to learn over the years because, hey, Tia would go to 10. But, he would shut down, so I'm not going to get anywhere.
Tia go to 10, I go to 0.
So that doesn't solve anything. So now I know to have my send a nicely worded email or text. But the thing about it is, you have to, where am I going? Oh, yeah, but no, the thing about it is, talk about something when it's going on. But if I'm quiet, then he's wondering what's going on with me. So just because if you know your spouse is something different, or they're more active, then you see them being reserved, you see their actions changing, start asking questions. Start just asking certain things. Start listening. And like he said, if you know your wife is in there trying to quiet a baby, trying to cook a dinner, trying to do a homework assignment, say, okay, what can I help you with? Because it ain't silent probably, because the baby probably screaming, the kids probably run up and down the steps.
But she's not saying anything because she's so involved and ingrained in what she's doing at the time that, asking for help when she knows, you see what she's doing, but she's so ingrained in what she's doing, she don't got time for that.
Or as the weaker vessels, as he said, we have been taught that.
Hey, don't be mad at me.
We have been taught that we gotta hold it up. We gotta cook. We gotta clean. We gotta rear the children. That's what some people are ingrained in teaching. So it's like
society told you that.
They feeling like they can't handle it. So now they're less than. But I'm just saying what people think. What did you say?
I said it wasn't in the Bible and it wasn't in red.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, but that's what people think. That's what women think, and then they feel less than when they can't handle it all. So offering that help, even if they're just sitting there doing something, or you get home first, is okay to start dinner.
Yeah.
And we both do that. We either we'll talk, we'll discuss that. Like, hey, we'll go do dinner today. Who getting home first and stuff like that. So those are some of the things like that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she kind of cleaned. Look, so I had the topics, and she kind of cleaned it up a little bit. So, I appreciate that. Help is one to another.
No, you called us a weaker vessel. I'm not kidding. I'm finding you.
No, y'all see. It's empty high five. This was an olive branch here.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, what would you like to share with the people?
No, really, that's really all the things I wanted to talk about. Those were the 3 topics we had.
You will hear more about silent conversations because I feel like a lot of times, though, when people are silent, like I don't understand how sometimes people are arguing and the way they both go work it out, they both go be silent. But I will say that
just let me be silent. You
but I will say there was a time, like I said, I'm not going to reveal much as it did come out maybe later, but it was a time when something was going on, and normally I was like trying to fix it. God told me to shut up. You know, he just said hush, and I stayed out of it. After I stayed out of it, next thing I know, the whole thing turned 360. And it was because sometimes we have to be silent. We have to step away and let God handle it. So therefore, sometimes our silence is precious because God hears us in that silence. And then also if our spouse gets to know us by prioritizing time with one another and things like that, our spouse is not stressed out because they've done the self-care they need for themselves. So they are okay. And you not both fighting because you're both tired, irritated, because neither one of you are taking care of self. But you're trying to pour everything you into each other. You have nothing left to give.
Yeah, another thing though, it's your marriage is not a competition. And I think that's why a lot of people get silent, especially if you're talking about both parties. I know we're at 45 minutes. Especially if you're talking about both parties, because they feel like, oh, you know, I'm right, so I ain't gotta say nothing else, or they ain't gonna understand me no way. So your marriage is not a competition, and the sooner most people realize that we enter this thing together. So if she win, I win. There's no losers unless somebody walks away.
Common goal. Purpose over power.
Purpose over power.
Yes, we are all going for that same purpose. And that common goal. So that's all I have. Just please come to the cruise. First of all, cruising is fun anyways. I'll probably be on one before December. But cruise, my kids want one. And like I said before, the boat is open. It's just our sessions is only for married couples.
Yeah, the sessions are only on the day at sea. Mm-hmm. So yes. So again, we're not taking
like
up
2
any.
days at sea. So yeah, so we're out here. So yep, so sessions, so it's like 2 days at sea. So it's a couple things that'll be going on. But the boat is open. If you bring in the whole family, that's fine. Because the boat is open. So just let us know. Deposits are due by the 20th. It's $100. If it's an issue for something, let us know. If you gotta wait for it, maybe tax season or something. I don't know when they come back or whatever. You know, just talk to us, communicate. You know, at the end of the day, our goal is marriages. Our common goal is marriage, happy, thriving, loving marriages. You know, you got 2 knuckleheaded people, the man and the woman, trying to come together to make something beautiful. And I'm trying to come together and make something beautiful. And the hardest thing with marriage is you never know what the other person is thinking. So it's hard because I would love to know what was inside his head. But so yeah, people don't know that 3 years in, I said, I ain't want this no more. I said, I don't want to be married to him no more. Done. This ain't what I signed up for.
They would if they read the book.
It is in our book. But guess what? This is 20 years later, and it has not been all nice and clouds that you're jumping over and lollipops, but you put in the work, you know, and to God be the glory. You know, what God has joined together that no man put asunder, so that's why we are married to third ring. And
putting in the work is going to the cruise. So the flyer is over there. So yes, that's all we had tonight. We thank you guys for joining our live. We hope something we said was helpful and beneficial to you guys. Still go ahead and share this live. You know, we're not going to delete it. The live will stay there. I probably should start posting to YouTube.
If one spouse was on and the other spouse was on, hey, watch with your spouse one night. That's prioritizing time together. Pull up your phone or your tablet or your laptop, climb in the bed with each other, and watch our live.
Thank you, Shay. So we're going to go ahead and leave it because it's 45 minutes in. So thank y'all for joining. We appreciate it, and we will see you guys on the next live. More information about that one in the topics will be soon. So thank you.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.